the windows down and let the early morning summer breeze blow through the cabin of her Mustang as she drove the streets back to her condo. She loved the city, and even though she'd made a career out of 2 restaurants catering to the evening activities of Madisonians, it was the early hours that enchanted her the most. The rising sun coloring the lakes and buildings with pink and gold. Fishermen lining the bridges of John Nolan Drive, eager for the tug on the line. Students and professors, even in summer, scurrying to the enormous buildings comprising the university's campus. Joggers and bicyclists plying the miles of trails weaving through neighborhoods that prided themselves on having their own unique character. She didn't listen to the radio as she drove home, but lost herself instead to the music of another day beginning in Madison. By the time she pulled into her parking stall and got on the elevator that would lift her up to her unit, she could feel the energy of the city pulsing through her. She showered, brushed and dried her hair, and pulled a yellow cotton sundress from her closet. She read the newspaper as she ate her breakfast of yogurt, berries, and juice, and lingered over a 3rd cup of coffee while watching seagulls glide over Lake Monona. She had time. Showing up to her first appointment before 10 o'clock might signal an eagerness she didn't want to acknowledge. Finally, when the wall clock on her kitchen read 9:45, she went back into her bathroom, swiped a pale gloss over her lips, and headed back down the elevator. Sydney walked into room B6413 of University Hospital at exactly 10:15. The 3 uniformed officers standing around the room didn't surprise her. She was surprised, however, to see Rick Sheffield smiling and sitting up. He's alive! She tried to sound more jovial than relieved as she crossed to stand next to the bed. She held on to the sidebar, steadying herself against the wave of gratitude that threatened to knock her off her feet. Does he speak? Does he know what planet he's on? I've been asking him all kinds of stuff since I got here, Bonnie Mallory, an EMT and frequent 1010 customer, answered. I couldn't even trip him up when I asked him about the inside fly rule. Son of a gun's firing on all pistons. Sydney looked down at Rick. His dark eyes flashed a reassurance that he was fine. She reached through IV lines to give his hand a quick squeeze. He returned the pressure just long enough for a frisson of electricity to tingle through her body. This is how Superman recovers, she asked, smiling. Doc said he did some of his finest work on me. Rick held her gaze long enough for a silence to fall over the other visitors. I gotta run, Bonnie said as she stepped forward and laid a hand on Rick's foot. Great to see you on this side of the grass, man. I'll tell the squad the good news. She turned to the 2 men leaning against the wall. We've about worn out our welcome, fellas. Besides, don't we have some protecting and serving to do? The 2 officers spoke their goodbyes in unison. Sydney waited until they were gone to return her attention to the patient sitting in bed. My God, I can't believe it. Friday, when you were in surgery, they said, the doctors, we were all afraid. Shh. He reached for her hand. I'm okay, Sid. I'm okay. You were shot. And the idiot's aim was about as keen as his IQ. Docs tell me the bullet nearly went through and through, touching nothing along its way. Nearly? Nicked my spleen. They took it out, sewed me up, and topped off whatever blood I lost. You could have been killed. You drive that Mustang of yours over here? With your lead foot, I could say the same about you. This is no time for jokes, Rick. How are you feeling? How's the pain? Not bad. They gave me some heavy-duty stuff the first couple of days, as I understand it, but today they've had me up and walking. That helps. Now it's just pills. Got one just a few minutes ago. Poof, bye-bye pain. What do they say is the prognosis? He tightened his hold on her hand. Will you wipe that worried look off your face? It gets in the way of the pretty. What did the doctor say? The usual. It's been pudding and beef broth today. They'll start me on real food tomorrow. Then I gotta show 'em the plumbing's working right. Tomorrow a therapist is coming by to see how well I can walk, climb stairs, that sort of thing. If all goes well, I don't see any reason why I wouldn't be out of here tomorrow afternoon. Thursday at the latest. So soon? You were a bloody mess. And they fixed me up. Welcome to healthcare in the real world, Sid. In and out, just the way I like it. What about once you're home? What are they saying?